Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have been slightly obsessed with creating tags slash ornaments with cardboard boxes. I'm gonna start out using these cards that I picked up at the thrift store. I'm just gonna cut the picture out and I'm gonna create a little tag with it. This is just such a perfect way to save those cards that you have received from someone special in the past and you just want to be able to display them. I feel like this is just such a cute idea. So here I just traced out the cardboard on some cardstock and I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. For most of my cards or tags when I do this, I do like to cover both the front and back. More than likely, I will take these to my booth and I just don't want the cardboard to be showing, so I cover them with cardstock or hymnal sheets. So to glue this down, I'm just going to use some good old Elmer's glue stick. I'm just going to make sure I put enough, focusing on the edges so it does not lift. Once I get that glued on, I do trim the edges to make sure that there is none sticking out on the sides. Then, as I mentioned before, I do cover both sides. So for one side, I'm going to cover it with this hymnal sheet. So I go ahead and trace out my card again, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And as always, I'm just going to use my Distress Oxide on the edges of my card just to age it up a bit. So to stick on my picture that I cut out of my greeting card, I'm going to go ahead and use this double-sided foam tape that I picked up at Dollar Tree. I do like to use this. I feel like it gives it a little bit of dimension and 3D effect. And these are just the little foam mounting squares that I did pick up at Dollar Tree. I have used the Crafter Square, which I feel is a little bit better than this brand from Dollar Tree. But either way, they both work good. So to cover up the raw edge of the cardboard, I'm just going to go ahead and use these gold pipe cleaners from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to add them to my edge here just to cover that up and give them a more polished look. And with the same little pipe cleaner, I'm just going to add a little hanger for it to hang. And just to take my little tag here up a notch, I'm going to go ahead and use some puffy paint that I picked up at Walmart. And I'm just going to frame out the edges and add it on to the top of the church. And just right before my paint dries, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle on some glitter and then I'll be all done. Next up, I'm going to create another little tag using some printables that I purchased from Etsy. These are some adorable angels and cherubs that I used on these tags. They come in a full sheet and you just have to cut them out. I will link the Etsy shop below in case y'all are interested in purchasing. So using this hymnal sheet, I'm going to start to fold it back and forth, kind of like accordion style. I'm not very precise with like measurements. I just kind of go for it. Kind of just eyeballing it. So I do create two sheets like this and then I will fold them in half. And then I will just cut the edges off just to give it a little design. Once I fold it in half, I'm going to add some glue in the center. And then I will fold and glue them together. So once I have the center glued, I'm going to go ahead and glue them together to create a circle. So my hymnal sheets here are very old, so I have to be extra careful with them. I am going to use some wooden circles that I picked up from Walmart to give them a little bit of stability. That way they can last more than just one time in case someone wants to use them next year. So to cover the little wooden circle, I'm going to use the same hymnal sheet using the Elmer's glue, and I'm just going to cover the wooden circle. Most of the time I use Mod Podge, but I felt like this stick glue was doing the job. It wasn't coming undone, it wouldn't move, so I felt like it did the job just fine. So for the top of my ornament here, I traced out the wooden circle on some cardboard, and instead of using a wooden piece, I'm going to go ahead and use the cardboard for the top. And again, I'm going to go ahead and cover the cardboard with some hymnal sheets just to have a more polished, finished look. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these on, one on top and one on bottom. As you can see here, this is very flimsy, but once I glue the circles on, it is much more stable and durable. And just using some ribbon, I'm going to go ahead and create a little hanger that I'm going to glue behind one of the circles. And going back to my cardboard circle here, I'm just going to go ahead and age the edges with some Distress Oxide. So to cover the raw edges of the cardboard, I'm going to go ahead and add some pearl beads that I also picked up at the thrift store. So I just wanted to add here that I am using a low temp heat gun that I purchased at Hobby Lobby for very cheap, maybe like I think $3. I couldn't use my other glue gun because it gets way too hot and I was just burning myself left and right. So I just got a low temp gun to do these paper crafts and it works just fine. Then using those same little foam mounting squares that I picked up at Dollar Tree, I'm just going to go ahead and add my little angel. And again, just to add some sparkle and shine, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my puffy paint from Walmart. I'm just going to go around the edges. And then I'm just going to add some brown glitter that was picked up at Hobby Lobby. These little ornament tags are very inexpensive to make. And they're also very fun if you like to mess with paper and these type of crafts. I just got into it, but I think they're super cute to spruce up your gifts, or if you just want to hand out little handmade gifts to neighbors. I mean, they're very inexpensive to make and so fun. Next up are my favorites. So these printables, I think I searched free vintage Santa printable on Pinterest and these came up. So again, using my good old Elmer's stick glue, I'm just going to go ahead and glue my Santa onto my cardboard. And my cardboard here was nothing special. I just cut up some boxes, pre-cut some squares, and that is what I'm using. And to cover the back, I'm just going to use some cardstock that I picked up in a book from Hobby Lobby. And so I accidentally cut a little bit bigger than my cardboard, so I just go in there and trim it up. For my hanger on this one, I'm just going to use this wire that I think I had found on clearance at Walmart from the jewelry section. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue and just stick it into my cardboard there. And again, just to cover up the raw edges, I'm just going to add some pipe cleaners to the edges. So a lot of this is very repetitive. I just wanted to show different ideas on what I did with the cardboard and how I got my images. So I hope you guys are enjoying the video. And I would like to know which one is your favorite. Just let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. So I did want to add some ruffles to this tag. I'm going to go ahead and use some ribbon that I picked up at Dollar Tree. And excuse my dog there, he's going a little nuts outside. So this step here, I'm not sure if it's really necessary. I just had some edges from the cardboard showing, so I wanted to go ahead and cover that up. So to create my ruffle here, I'm adding a dot of glue, then I add a loop, and then I add another dot of glue on top, and then I make another loop, and it's just very repetitive, just like that. So there I'm going to create a loop, And then I'm gonna add glue underneath just to keep that loop in place. And I'm basically gonna do that to both sides of my little tag here. Next up, I'm just going to create a simple little bow. I'm going to cross two pieces of the bow right over each other. I'm going to add a little bit of glue, and then I'm just going to pinch it right in the center. And just to keep my bow together, I'll just go ahead and tie it in the center with the same ribbon. So I add a little bit of hot glue and add it to the bottom of my tag. I do add more ruffle to the top of my tag, as you can see here. I was trying to hide the hello word on top, but it still came through. So I decided to make a little, just a little embellishment with the word ho 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 that I think I printed also from an Etsy shop. If I have the link, I will link it below. So as you can see here, all I did was take the top layer of a piece of cardboard, and I'm just going to glue the ho 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 right on top of that. So I glue that to the top corner of my tag, and that takes care of the word hello on top. And I think this came out super cute. What do you guys think? And for my last tag, I'm going to go ahead and use another Santa out of that same printable. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue it to my cardboard exactly like I did the others. So for this tag, I'm using some vintage lace from the thrift store. I'm going to add it along all the edges of my tag. And as I did with the other ones, I'm also going to add a back to this one so the cardboard doesn't show. But before I do so, I'm going to add my hanger to the back of my tag. So I am going to add some Elmer stick glue, and then I'm going to go add a little bit of hot glue to the top just because it was sticking up a little bit because of the hanger, and the hot glue took care of that. I then decide to add some pearls to the raw edge of the cardboard just to cover that up and just to give it a more finished look as well. So then again, just like I did with the others, I'm going to add some puffy paint to his hat and around his beard, and then I'm going to add some glitter. So I pretty much add the glitter right after I'm done with adding on the puffy paint, just so the glitter could have something to stick to. Then I'm just going to add the words North Pole to this one, and then we'll be all done. So again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me along making some tags out of cardboard. I hope I inspired you to create some. If you like what you see, please subscribe and follow for more. Follow me on all my other socials. I'm on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.